Morning Dish.
He's the hardest working man in show business. His band's music takes you into the midnight hours. And when you wake up, his voice is back on your radio alarm clock. How on earth did this happen?
Well, Jeff saw me taking out the trash at the radio station.
And he won another award.
But this one is better.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am.
It's the Morning Dish with the 2019 Radio Personality of the Year winner, Stephen Phillips.
You paying attention to this, Packy?
And Murphy's own Sherry Raines.
Yeah, you must have given horseback passes to the right guy, Stephen.
Well, giddy up.
And Packy Smith's Shetland pony is right alongside.
You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All right, folks, we're back. Listen, you ain't going to believe this. We got some kinfolk from Harry Vaughn here. Kat Popper, good morning. How are you, girl?
Good morning. I'm so proud to be announced as Harry's kin. I love that dude.
There you go. I just hope this don't kill your career, being on the show and kin to him, and everybody finds out about it. You've had a lot of cool stuff going on. When Harry started talking about you, I went on the internet and looked up, and you have, I mean, you're with Norah Jones. Y'all got a little group. What was it? What's the name of it?
Oh, it's called Puss in Boots.
Right.
And, yeah, it's a trio, and we actually were meant to play. We were meant to do a little Southern run at the beginning of the year last year, but then, stuff happened.
Oh, COVID.
I guess in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
The Caverns, I think, in Tennessee, and I don't know, but we'll probably do another run that way.
Now, have you played the Caverns yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, man, that is going to be great. When you come there, holler, I'm coming. That is going to be unreal. Yep, you'll love that.
Well, Harry and Rachel and all the, they're all coming, so he'll let you know.
Yeah, I ain't sitting with him, though. I'll guarantee you. I'm sitting by myself. So now, how long, you've played bass for, gosh, you're a bass guitarist, probably more than that, but, that's kind of what you're noted for. Who all have you played with?
There's a Wikipedia article that has a bunch of them listed. Do you want me to list them now? I
just wonder who's your favorite.
Well, I have been really lucky that I have to say that I've loved everybody that I've played with. Some people I got on better than others, but Jack White.
Oh yeah.
Levon Helm. I made a record with Willie Nelson. Let's see.
Now whoa! Before we go any further, Levon Helms is one of my favorites of all times.
Oh yeah.
He just seemed like such a great guy. Was he as cool as he seems?
He was truly a wonderful man. I think I learned more from him than anybody.
Right.
And he was. Yeah, he. I played a few of the Rambles before they took off. He has these concerts. You'd have these concerts called Rambles. I played a few of them, and then he when he started wanting somebody to do it regular, I couldn't do it.
Right.
Because I was touring and I just could only commit to 1 gig a week. But my band Puss in Boots came through, and we opened one of the Rambles, and then everybody still tells the story where. The manager came over to me. He said, "Kat, we forgot to hire a bass player. Can you play the set with Levon?" And I hadn't heard a lot of those songs. They're not all band songs. It's like a 3.5-hour set.
Right.
So I just set up and played, and it was pretty amazing. I'm really good at playing songs I've never heard. I can't explain why.
Well, that's because you're professional. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. And Levon took me in the back afterwards, and he pressed an extra $1,000 into my palm, and he said, "You was MVP tonight." And I said, "I can't take this," and then I put it in my pocket.
There you go. But now, them Rambles was actually at his house, right? That's where he had
exactly
in New York. Oh man,
yeah.
And there's some of the big greats there, plus you. So it tells you where your status is in the music world. But you actually had an article wrote in you in the Rolling Stones magazine. That's pretty cool.
You mean the recent one?
Yeah, well, the recent one. I mean, how many have you had?
Oh, well, so last year I released my own song for the first time. So
Right.
I've been in Rolling Stone a lot with other bands and talking about other bands, but this was the first time that I had just, it was just an interview with me.
How cool is that?
Hey, it was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm a little sheepish about the whole thing because I'm used to being the guy in the back, So.
Well, but I mean, I'm in music. I play music. We've got a band. I do a lot of Levon Helm stuff. I love it. And but the bass player, to me, the bass and the drums, if you can get them to, you can go through a show without, regardless of who's off or whatever, as long as the bass is solid. I really feel like the bass is the most important part. And I know you're going to agree with that because you actually play bass.
Not really. I kind of don't always miss it when it's not there. I got to be honest.
Really? But now your new song you got, it's Maybe It's All Right. Is that it?
That's it. Yeah.
So now, did you write this song?
I did write that song.
So tell us about the song. What happened? Who broke your heart?
It's not a love song.
Right.
If you check out the lyrics, it's about the concept of being able to have faith and fear at
Right.
the same time, which I think sometimes people have said faith is the absence of fear, and I disagree. I think you can have both coexist, and just introduce the idea of maybe things are going to be okay.
There you go. It's a beautiful
even
song.
if you don't believe it, even if you don't believe it at the time.
So now, when did you release this song?
That song was released in, my God, I'm so bad at this.
That's okay.
I think it was in November.
Right.
And I actually have another, we made a video for it too, which has a lot of like old historic New York City buildings in it. It's a really, I don't want to talk your ear off, but I'll just tell you real quick. I researched all these old photos of New York in all these databases, and then drove around and found which ones still looked the same.
Right.
So you see the old photos, and then it morphs into the new photo, and it's how it is where you live these 100 years old, 200, 300-year-old places that still stand.
It's a cool video. I've watched the video.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it is it's a cool idea. I like the twist on it because a lot of people go with the same videos as everybody else. And I'm like you, I like the old stuff, and then find out that it's still there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I didn't want to be. They made me be in it. I thought, come on, let's just look at the buildings. But
no,
apparently you got to be in the damn video.
So. You did fine.
Thank you.
Yep. Now, are you going to be touring on your own, or are you going to add this in with the group with the Puss in Boots, or what do you plan on doing?
Well, I have another song and video coming out in about 2 weeks. It's a cover song. I didn't write, but we made a video for it. I recorded it at home as well. I'm a one-man band here at home,
right.
So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to go back to my day job, which is playing with Puss in Boots, and I play in a Broadway show. I don't have any plans to tour on my own, but I will be doing, since a label released these songs, like I'm going to be doing a couple of showcases
right.
with them.
So the new song you're releasing, what is it?
It's a song by a band called Pear Ubu. It's like an 80s noise punk band, and they made this really beautiful pop song.
Right.
So I was just home, and I, learning, just messing around with recording software, and then the woman who made the last video with me, I said, you get to have this video and do whatever you want with it. And it's really sweet. It's a sweet video.
Well, I'm anxious to hear it. This is crazy, though. I mean, some of the people you've played with, I cannot get over that. And then with the Puss in Boots, which Norah Jones, and who's the other girl that's with you? I cannot remember her name. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Her name is Sasha Dobson, and she's an incredible jazz singer, actually. And it's such a talented bunch, and we've just had such a charmed little existence together.
Well, y'all got a great sound. I mean, honestly, you've got a great sound, and I love the music. I mean, I don't know what style of music. I mean, not necessarily rock and roll, but what would you put that in as far as the genre? It's hard to do that though, ain't it?
I've never been really good at that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was talking to somebody, and you probably remember this too. When I don't know, maybe you're probably just a little older than me, not too much, but like when you were younger,
right,
and you had to go to a bunch of different stores to buy different kinds of music,
right.
And I think like the genres just got kind of blurred for me then. It was like, oh, I want to get some Irish, contra dance music, so I want to go to this store here, but if I want reggae, I want to go to this store here. And I think now that's not so much a thing anymore. You just turn on Spotify and you flip the channel till something catches your ear.
But the only thing about John, I hate, it's like I'm kind of a Southern rock country, but they kind of put you in the outlaw country class. I don't like being, put into because I do a lot of different stuff, and that's aggravating. I hate when because you really not got nowhere to go, if you don't do this type of music. But I love the stuff that you're doing. Now, when do y'all think y'all going to be back out on the road? I mean, with the COVID going on, seems like some of the things are opening up.
I mean, things are opening up, and that's the question. I was just talking to another artist the other day, and she was kind of staring at her hands in disbelief and said, they've booked me a tour in Europe at the end of the year, and I don't even know what that's going to look like or what it's going to mean. And, people have been scheduling. I know Norah, for her solo tour, has been sort of tentatively scheduling and rescheduling. So we work around her schedule, we work around my schedule, and just nobody knows. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows. It's, God, I'm so grateful to be alive after this. New York City, we got hit real hard.
Yeah, you did.
I lost a lot of friends. And so we've been real careful, and, it seems like the world is kind of slowly opening back up. So I guess more will be revealed, as they say.
I think you got to use common sense still, though. I really do. And as far as, you're talking about I got friends of mine that's in the music business, and they're actually going out doing acoustic because they can't get paid for a full band, and that's kind of hurting a lot too,
Yeah, that must be rough.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that's kind of the way it goes. So now if people want to follow you and find out, wait a minute, we got to see what Harry's kinfolk look like. And I'm going to tell you, you're a whole lot better looking than Harry. I don't see any resemblance whatsoever. I think you got all his looks and everything because, but how do they get up with you?
I hope he's listening today because I know that just gave him a belly laugh.
There you go.
You can find me, I have a website, cat.popper. That's not right. It's catpopper.com.
Right.
But I have an Instagram page, which I occasionally post gigs on, but it's mostly just like fart jokes and stuff. So,
right.
But that's cat, cat_popper, like popcorn popper, on Instagram. But yeah, again, it's, I'm not very good at spelling things, so it's mostly just jokey stuff.
Hey, I'm with you on the spelling. They make fun of me. I'm dyslexic, so I put all the letters in different spots, so just go with it. So now do you ever play with Amy Helms much? I mean, she's out there doing stuff.
I have a great Amy Helm story that Levon, when we were playing together, he kept saying, you got to meet my daughter, Amy. You're just going to love Amy. And he kept pushing her phone number into my palm, and I was so nervous about it, and finally I went to a payphone and called her just in case I wanted to panic and hang up.
Right.
And it was so funny. I was just so like, oh, it's like when your parents made you like call one of their friends' kids, and then we had the best conversation. And I told her, I said, I'm calling you from a payphone.
Right.
I mean, this was 20 years ago, but we were really close for a long time, and then she had kids. She lives upstate.
Right.
I don't have kids, and I'm downstate. But whenever we see each other, it's big hugs and love.
Yeah, well, that's great. I guarantee it. Well, I sure do appreciate you coming on and talking to us just a little bit, and hopefully we can get you some fans down here.
Oh well, I am a fan of the South. I miss it a lot. I've been in New York for almost 30 years, but it's always an honor to be asked to speak about music to anybody, so thank you for asking.
We'll get you back on. I guarantee it.
It's nice to meet you.
There you go. Thank you for listening. This is Stephen Phillips, host of The Morning Dish. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have a lot more interviews out there to listen to. Plus, you can listen online every morning at WJULradio.com or Lake 97.7 WJUL. And give us a like on our Facebook page, The Morning Dish.